Hobby Plus is a brand you guys need to keep your eyes out on. I've featured their crawlers here on the channel before. I've had the Hunter, which is like a Mercedes style utility vehicle, 4x4, a lot of fun to drive, and then the Arctos, a 6x6 crawler that comes with a working winch on the back. Pretty exciting stuff. And now today I'm gonna show you an affordable new crawler from them, well, that you may have seen before. It's actually version 3 of the Rushmore, and I had never had the Rushmore before, so I've got the box open over here on the workbench. We're gonna check out what it comes with. I'm gonna show you the new features on it, and then we're gonna take it for an indoor crawl, because outside it's just covered in snow right now. That is a good looking small scale truck, and it sells for $159.99, and this is everything you get inside the box. So first up, you get the assembled truck. It's available in the red and blue as well. You get the radio system, which is one of the better radios of its style. It's a 4-channel radio system, decent grip to it, and it'll get the job done. It also comes with a USB charger, your manuals, a box wrench, batteries already installed inside the truck. The Lexan body on this rig is pretty cool, right? It's a kind of retro modern Bronco, painted the deep red, again, also available in blue, but it's got a matte black roof to it. And then a grille that we've kind of seen before, but it does have LED lights in there, and it does have LEDs in the taillights. I like the housing around that. It does have body clips. They have a straightaway from that, which is kind of a good thing if you want to go and put a different body on it from an aftermarket manufacturer. But like the decals, front bumper is pretty cool with the fake winch on. And then let's check out these wheels and tires. It's a beadlock style, black 5-spoke wheel, and I've seen a lot of good things about these tires. Nice and soft. There's a foam insert on the inside, and it should grip well for indoor and outdoor use. Now we can take a look at the CR-18P platform, and this is version 3. So in the past 2 years, they've gone from version 1 to version 3 with the evolution of this. It's a great looking platform. Starting off with the aluminum chassis plates, anodized black. They got the H3 logo on there, the jeweled edge, plenty of shock mounting locations, and even upper link locations. But the big deal here is down by my thumb, so the skid is actually angled 5 degrees to give you some more clearance. We'll get into the suspension, starting off with a little bit of a flex shot here. That looks pretty good. And what I like about this rig are the large bore oil-filled shocks. The aluminum caps on them, anodized red, look really cool, and it's nice and plush from the factory. Now down below here we do have composite links. At least we've got metal ball studs for the most part, except for the center section here. And I really wish they had updated this lower link, but I bet some guys are gonna go out there and put some metal links on, since these are a little bit flexible. Nonetheless, the suspension does look good on this. And again, you can adjust it. Some updates have been made to the driveline, but we're gonna start off by talking about the portal axles, both front and rear. Those are gonna give you some ground clearance. They have all metal gears inside from what I've read. And then the transmission now has all metal gears. But the change that they made to the rear of this is they've added underdrive gears. So the front still retains the same ratio as the 2024 model, but they went with a 27% underdrive in the rear, and that's gonna help suck the rig down onto the rocks. You get a bit more control out of the rig. It is a single speed transmission in the center, and the drive shafts are pretty heavy duty looking. The rear does counter rotate, so you get less torque twist. Now the only downside for some people is gonna be they use bronze oilite bushings throughout the drive line, and some people prefer ball bearings. It really depends on the type of user. If you're just using the truck occasionally, it's gonna be just fine. If you're gonna be using a lot, you might wanna upgrade to ball bearings later. Maybe I've saved the best for last. That's the electronics upgrade that the V3 gets. So Hobby Plus has partnered up with Hobby Wing, and what we have here is the Mini 24 brushless system. So it's got a 3500 kV outrunner motor in the front. Everything's nicely wired. Then look at that tiny speed controller. It's got a conformal coating on the top, so that means it's waterproof. And the super cool feature about this is it's 2 to 3S capable. Unlike some other systems out there that are just 2S, this one is gonna give you a little bit room if you want some more power. Now, Hobby Plus does give us a 2S LiPo battery, 7.4 volt, 600 milliamp. Then on top of the radio plate is the FlySky receiver that mates up to that radio I showed you before. Nice compact system. And then finally up front, we have a micro servo, no branding on it. It is chassis mounted, so that means you don't have to worry about bump steer, and it's got composite links out to the knuckles. So for $160, it's a pretty impressive, ready to run 18 scale crawler. We've got a brushless system, oil-filled shocks, underdrive in the rear, aluminum chassis plates, and a great looking body with LED lights. Now we just need to see it crawl. I have to say, if you can't make it outside to crawl because, maybe you got a lot of snow like I have right now, or you don't have your own massive indoor crawler course that you've built like you've seen in some of the videos, you definitely need to check out these Hanger 9 obstacles because they come in really handy and then they're easy to store when you're not using them. I've just gone ahead here and taped them down to my workbench, and that's what we're going to use to test the Rushmore. So first up over here, I've got the frame bender. We're just gonna take it nice, slow, and just enjoy the crawl with this thing. It's a great looking rig. You can physically see the rear wheels going a bit slower than the front. That's a pretty slow crawl. Let's see if I get a little bit slower. It's gonna drop off here. Maintained its speed, that's good. We've kind of got a little course set up. I got to loop it back around after I go over the pipes over here. You have to line it up just right because this rig is actually pretty wide in comparison to this obstacle. It's for 18 scale models, but I've got it up on there and just hanging one wheel off the edge. Look at that crawl. Maintains its speed. There's a little bit of a descent here, obviously. Look at that, maintaining a nice slow crawl. Awesome. All right, spin it back around. So we gotta hit the wave next. This really tests out the suspension. Just come up to it nice and slow. And look at that, that plywood is kind of slick. Those tires are grabbing. Now we're gonna watch that suspension work. This part right here really flexes the truck. Little counter steer, drops down. We're on the rails. Perfect. That looked awesome. Back around to the frame bender. So that drivetrain is actually pretty loud. I'm gonna guess you wanna open it up at some point, add some grease to it just to quiet down those gears. Look at that. Smooth, controlled. And plenty of steering. You can see that rear still dragging from that underdrive. I think we should do a little indoor incline test. So I've got my ramp set up, 45 degrees. Hey, I like the carpet, guys. Brand new carpet, put it in myself. All right, let's get this thing rolling here. Can we do 45? Got a little bit of wheel slip. Drivetrain's loud. All right, 45, no problem. Now we'll try 50 degrees. Here we go. Got some traction. Oh, we're lifting a wheel, look at that. But it's still going. 3-wheeling it, 50 degrees. Jumped right up to 55. Let's see if it can handle 55. That's pretty steep. I mean, look at that. Oh, went over backwards. Let's give it one more shot. Came in a little hot. Take it nice and slow and smooth. Nope. 55 is too much. Dropped it down to 52, 53. It's flirting with that line there. Let's see. Take it slow again. Oh, no. Probably 50, 51 is the sweet spot. Well, that turned out to be a pretty awesome first run test. Actually blew through my lunch break just driving it over on the course. But what a great rig, right? Now with the brushless system, the throttle feel is a lot smoother, a lot slower crawl. And then with the underdrive in the rear, just helps suck that truck down and grab even plywood. So I can't wait to see what it does out on the rocks when the snow finally goes away. But it's a pretty impressive, ready to run for $160. And if you do want to go take it to the next level, look at all of these option parts that they they have for it. Plenty of different brass, from wheel weights to hex weights. They even have aluminum axle housings and steering knuckles. I've got all sorts of stuff that I'm gonna throw on one of these rigs because I also got the CR-18P Juice Up Edition. And this rig is loaded up to be a performance crawler. So if you wanna see it, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you're interested in any of the stuff I have here on the table, I have links in the video description below.